Alright, gamers, I have no plan for this. It's just gonna be a video where I ramble generally at the camera while doing things, because that's the level of mental functioning that I'm at currently. I wanted to bleach my hair and dye my hair today because I got bleach and hair dye, planned a whole thing for how I want my hair to look, but as I've talked about before, not for a long time, but going through one of those periods of feeling incredibly dissociated, derealized, depersonalized, and agoraphobic again, but I want to try to approach it differently this time, because I mean I have to anyways. It's something I've been feeling since we moved, is this very intense feeling of like homesickness, because as much as we've been here for a long time now, it's still very much like an unfamiliar place. So going through this in a place that it's not the same as like the house that I lived in since I was 12. It's very different to experience this kind of thing here instead of at home. So it's like extra weird. Also, sorry if this is disorganized. It's gonna be very disorganized because I'm feeling disorganized mentally right now. And also if you hear a dog barking in the background, it's because there's a dog barking in the background and there's nothing I can do about that. A color that I have wanted to dye my hair for a very long time, but have never been able to get my grubby little mitts on, is yellow. So now that my girlfriend can just drive me places and we can just go places together, I have access to beauty supply stores wherein I have multiple selections of the color yellow. My hair has never been intentionally yellow. It's been yellow because it's brassy because I bleached it, but I've never just like dyed it yellow intentionally. So I wanted to do multiple colors because I have been basically every color of the rainbow except for yellow intentionally. So I picked fuchsia and yellow, and this is my plan. Oh my god, don't do that. This is my plan. I was about to tap this screen. I want to tap this screen. Just vaguely. I don't think it's gonna look exactly like this because I think I want more raccoon tails. So, to discuss, right now what I'm gonna do is section my hair to bleach it and talk at you. But to preface, what we're working with is this band here is grow out from a video I did last March when I bleached my roots and I dyed them green. Put a card. Is it this side or is it this side? It's somewhere in one of these corners. There will be a card that will take you to that video if you are curious, because I did film that. I'm gonna keep that band because I think it looks cool, and I might bleach my roots again. That is gonna be the fuchsia color. And then I think I'm gonna leave my little shaved bit alone. We're not touching that. And then I wanna do some fully bleached strips to do yellow and fuchsia raccoon tails. I almost said rat tails. I think I'm just gonna pick a bunch of little, like, inch by inch square sections, maybe inch by 2 inch square sections, rectangular sections, around my head in just random spots, bleach those completely, and then they'll be dyed those colors. That's my thought process, that's my plan. I don't know if that was clear. If not, leave it up to me who has to edit this. Sorry. Where do I begin? What are my thoughts? Probably should have made notes or something. That might have been a smart thing to do. Really, I've kind of been feeling this way like all summer, because moving is like a big thing to do for someone who is very sensitive about my environment. And honestly, just for anybody, but especially if you're like me and you're very sensitive to change, especially big change, in your environment and also we don't really have, like, obviously this is stable, but it's not like my space. I've changed the room around to make it more of my own space, but it's still not like my room. I don't have 90% of my things. I'm still working on like a suitcase full of clothes and then like a couple extra things that I've thrifted or bought. So I feel weird because I don't have any of my things that make me feel comfortable or that I just like to have around, or useful things that I like to use, like my computer. I don't have that. I don't have 90% of my closet. And it feels weird because clothes for me are like a big part of self-expression. So I just wear the same fucking thing all the time because I have like a couple pairs of pants and a few t-shirts and sweaters. So I just wear the same shit all the time because I feel weird, because I don't have the clothes I want to wear. I'm not in the space I want to be in. It just feels weird. I feel like I sound so like privileged. That's not really what I'm getting across. What I'm trying to get across is that everything feels weird, and it's making me just in general feel weird, and it's affecting my brain a lot in ways that I don't like and make me feel really disconnected from myself. So there's that. And then there's also just not been any progress on moving out of this current space, both for like my whole family and also for me, because I've been trying to get a job. When I was not so anxious I couldn't function and I could still leave the house, I was applying to jobs constantly. And it's worse here in a city than it was in my hometown, which is in the middle of fucking nowhere. There's nothing else around it except for other towns for like at least an hour in every direction. I thought it would be better in a city because you got the GO trains. Literally there is a station in the city. That's insane. That's completely foreign to me. Anyways, I thought it would be better here. It's worse because at least in Uxbridge, I got rejected. It wasn't just you apply to places and you never, ever, ever hear back. In Uxbridge, it was like you apply to like 10 places, and if none of them accept you, like 5 or 6 of them will actually reject you. Here, you apply to 10 places and don't hear back from any of them. The only thing I have heard back from anybody recently was one singular rejection, which I was actually appreciative of because I was like, well, I know that you looked at it at least so that you could reject me. But the other like fucking 20 places I applied to, never heard anything back. It's probably more than 20. So no luck getting a job, which is awesome. Anyways, that's the bottom section done, and I've been talking for almost an hour, so I'm going to do the rest of this off camera. So, technically, he'd like to give his input. Technically, my hair is done, technically. But I really like how this yellow in the front looks, and I want to bring it further into my hair. But I'm not sure how to do that. I'm thinking, okay, if I could get like a chunk like down here, like, but I need to figure out how to get this purple out. I don't have, that's not true, I do have bleach left. I was gonna DIY a color remover, but I just remembered I actually do have bleach left. I've never bleached hair immediately after dyeing it before. It feels unorthodox and like illegal hair dye move. Bleaching your hair immediately after dyeing it. I dye my hair a lot, and I get a little fucked up and weird with it, but I've never been like truly unhinged with it the way that I see some people behave, where they're like, yeah, I did just bleach my whole head, and I'm gonna bleach it 3 more times, dye it in between those times, and then immediately bleach it again. I don't do that shit. I'm like, I am set on a color and a style that I want, and that's what I'm gonna do. What are you doing back here? He's rubbing his nose on my tablet screen, and he's like opening and closing apps. That was graceful. I don't know how much of that you could see, but it was really graceful. But yeah, I think I'm gonna take a chunk. Also, look at the fucking blending on this bitch. That is just a band. That's just a band. I thought I was blending it so well. I think the first time I bleached it, I blended it so well, because I also didn't mention that. I did bleach it a second time. If you noticed, when I started dyeing my hair, it was much more blonde in some places than it had previously been. Because not only did I wait so long in between the second round of bleach that my roots had grown out again, I also forgot where my raccoon tail sections were going to be, and there's a part, and you can see it in the time-lapse, where I find one of the original ones, and I go, oh, I was going to bleach this, or I bleached this, and I was going to make this a raccoon tail, and then I started trying to make it a raccoon tail, but at that point I was well and truly over doing those. So I started it, and then immediately was like, you know what? I don't care, actually. Also, this hair has been, and I'm not joking, I think months, at least 2 in the making. It's April, February 15th at 10:30 p.m. It was last updated February 24th. That's when I put the colors in that I was gonna use. It's April. Doing well lately, you know? I'm doing so good. So money was not the problem. I already did that, I already spent that. It was entirely down to, I feel like absolute garbage lately. It's starting to get a little better. You know? But it's come entirely down to, I feel terrible, and it's making me feel like miserable and lazy and like I don't want to do anything. Generally, I don't like the word lazy, but I don't know how else to describe how I've been feeling. I don't want to do basic ass tasks. Like, God forbid I have to shower or make myself something to eat. It feels like, I don't know, climbing a mountain. I'm about to fucking prepare to trek across the fucking earth or something, and I just don't wanna. But you know, that's how it be. Anyways, I'm gonna section this out. Rest in peace to this purple chunk. Epic gaming moments. Okay, this hairstyle, cute as fuck, honestly. Look at this shit. Redid my layers the last time I cut my hair, and I did it the way you're supposed to, and it really looks good, but like, crazy what happens when you cut your hair the way that you're supposed to. It's a technique for a reason, almost. Feels thin and fine and crispy. Even the natural bits feel crisp, crunchy, a little bit like a hay bale. I have a tiny bit of that and this folded in half bag. I don't even think I'm gonna need all of this. I don't even think I can use all of this because I have like half in here, and it's supposed to be 2 parts this, 1 part this, and I think right now this is like 3 parts or 4 parts this. And this is half a part. And then I have half of this tube left still. And that, I shouldn't need all of that. I should just need a little bit. So, also, if I'm gonna bleach this again, I'm gonna blend this better, because what on earth? Look at this just band. I did try to blend it a little bit. Didn't work. Also, may as well make it bigger, you know? Just fucking up my hair. See, right now, this is phenomenal. This is a look. I don't know what the back of my head looks like. Hopefully it doesn't look stupid. It looks so cute though, and I'm really liking my layers. But then sometimes I'll be lying in bed at night and I'm like, I need it off of me. Get it away from me, you know? But also, Look at it. You know, I'm at that point where I'm like kind of luscious and beautiful, but oh, why is this full of water still? It looked like pee. Straight up just looked like pee. I don't know how much exactly is in these, so I'm going to measure them before I put them in. This video has become so long. There's a whole thing at the beginning where I was just talking about this life stuff while I was sectioning my hair. That is not staying in the video. One, because, I don't know, I don't mind getting personal on this channel, but sometimes I get like worried about how personal to be because I still don't know exactly. This is like 3/4 of this, maybe 2/3 of this actually is better. Anyways, this is how much this we have. It's like 2/3, I feel like. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, I'm still figuring out like what is oversharing online, and I think I really simultaneously want to be very honest because I appreciate people who are super honest, but I also am terrified of being stalked. Because I think it is helpful for people when you're very genuine and honest online, but also sometimes people take advantage of the genuineness and honesty. And also I have somewhat experienced a little bit of stalking and harassment in my personal life. Completely unrelated to YouTube. That was, I guess not pre-YouTube, kind of simultaneously, but unrelated. At least for the past few years. There's no wood to knock on under here. Everything's fucking MDF. At least for the last few years. Nothing has happened, so I won't say it's over, but I haven't heard anything, and I would like it to stay that way because that was incredibly stressful, and I knew for years. And that's not something I really want to talk about on YouTube. Maybe if it ever comes up, but it's one of those things where I'm like, if I don't want to open a can of worms, you know. This is bleach I'm using. It was really irritating. The other one I use is the same brand. It's still salon care, but it was the blue one. I don't remember what it's called exactly because I have a blue one, a purple one, and then this one. This one worked super well. So did the blue one. But made me itch. The blue one did not make me itch. Like obviously it's bleach, it's gonna make you itch, but like you're itchy, but it doesn't feel like it's burning you. It doesn't hurt. It's just really itchy. Like the chemical burn feeling. The bleach that I'm used to using, which is not this, doesn't give me the chemical burn feeling. It's just itchy. 1 scoop of powder to 2 scoops of developer. Shit. Okay, so this is gonna have to be this is gonna be a minuscule amount of bleach. I forgot it was that way around, not this way around. We're gonna call that good and hope that I didn't really fuck everything up. My son is yelling at the top of his lungs. But yeah, look how nice and like smooth that got. The blue one I used didn't do that, and I think that might just be a thing with colored bleaches. Like this is nice and like smooth. Like it's obviously there's some little gritty bits, but it's not like the fucking ones that I've used where there's like full-on chunks that just never mix. I'm gonna take like a tiny bit. Out of it. So it sits more here, like it stays here, it doesn't fall back, you know? Fuck it, this video maybe even be a 2-part, or I could just commit to making like long ass videos. I'm just nervous too, because I'm like, no one gives a shit about the things that I do. Why would they watch an hour-long video where I just fuck around with my hair? But maybe somebody will. And then this needs to be sectioned into slightly smaller sections, because if you just put bleach over this, it's not gonna get properly saturated, it's gonna look fucking weird, and you're not gonna like it. Put that over there so it doesn't get bleach on it. That would be bad. I do have extra pop filters, but you know, I'd prefer to not destroy it. Would not recommend using metal clips around bleach unless you want rust in your hair. This is just what I have, and I have covered them nice in Scotch tape. Because why is that one so squeaky? That was what was at Shoppers, so, and that's the closest store to me. So, why is it always gotta be Shoppers? It's never a Dollarama that's close to you. Where the fuck did that come from? That's part of this? Okay, well, guess we're having a fourth section then. Damn. I need those, ones that are kind of like an alligator and they have like a hinge in the middle of the top bit. These ones are pterodactyl clips. I need like an alligator clip, you know? I was saying, why can it never be a Dollarama that's close to you? Really any dollar store for that matter, I'd take it. Never a discount store. Half the time, you don't even have fucking convenience stores next to you anymore. What's up with that? Why don't they build convenience stores in neighborhoods anymore? Why did they stop? What was the reason? It's a convenience store. It's supposed to be convenient. Why is it 5 miles away? Yeah, I still have a ton left. Enough to do another chunk, I think. I think we should do another chunk. Let me go get some tin foil for that. And then I'll make another chunk, I guess. Fantastic camera angle. Alright, at the risk of looking potentially like jaundiced or something, I'm not gonna use gloves. I don't feel like it. Squeezed right to the half. You know, the white here is real good. That's the lightest I've ever gotten my hair before. It's gonna disintegrate, but it's really pretty. Look at this gradient. That's beautiful. Not really what I wanted, but it is beautiful. There's a little bit of a band in the middle of it, but again, beautiful. Because like the color of this would lead you to believe it would be really gross. But when it was not this light, but like around this light up here, like it's a really beautiful like lemon yellow. They were not lying when they said lemon. That's a pretty good lemon, you know? That's a true lemon. I was gonna say true blue, but it's not fucking blue, it's yellow. And goddamn yellow as hell. Just gonna deep it up with my hands. I'm so glad I think before I speak. I'm still gonna say it though. Actually, you know what, I'm not, because I completely forgot what I just said. Damn. Also, when I forgot what I said, my immediate thought was not, damn, I forgot what I said. I was like, oh, I can just watch it back in the recording. I didn't say it out loud. Oh, I was gonna say a handy little goo thing. And that sounds weird. Yeah, but I said it anyway, so. It looked like a handy little goo thing. hands look like this. You know what? Didn't stain too bad. It didn't work, so I don't know why. Just completely washed out of these. So I'm doing it again, and I'm gonna put heat on it the entire time, or most of the time, and also keep it on for longer. And I'm not gonna film it because I'm tired of it. I've had enough. So hopefully it works.